Breaking evolution, MG4 destroyed the entire EV industry. After much anticipation, the MG4 has arrived. This EV has received a lot of attention, but does it live up to the buzz? Does the lower cost imply you'll have to make concessions? Hey, this is it. In the UK, the brand new MG4 has just arrived, and we've given it a thorough evaluation. What do you think? Is the MG4 worth its potentially market-altering price tag? Many people don't expect MG to be at the forefront of the shift to electric vehicles, even though the company is well known for its leaking but uniquely British two-seater sports vehicles. Its rebirth as an electric car brand still comes as a surprise to many consumers. Want to know an in-depth analysis about it? Well, stay tuned to Tech Electric. The MG4 not only changes the perception of the brand, but it also changes the expectations of what a modern, compact 5-seat electric hatchback should cost. If you're in the market for a vehicle of this type, it's probably not going to be high on your wish list, and as it should. MG has now established itself as a major participant in the industry. The sales figures back up its legitimacy. It's now outselling both the Skoda and the Land Rover, and right on the money from a product standpoint, at least for the MG4. The business describes its small, fully electric hatchback as a disruptor since it provides more features at a lower price than competing models. Here's an all-electric family car that makes its similarly sized competitors look ridiculously overpriced, and it costs less than an EV Super Mini. When new Chinese MGs were released in the past, a disclaimer or several would have been included at this stage. Low cost of production but poor handling, drab interior materials, and, in the case of an electric vehicle, a short range. The MG4, the first of several new models from the brand, uses the innovative new modular, scalable platform, which will completely overhaul expectations for the company over the course of the next few years. There is no need for a key or starter button. Simply enter, take a seat, and hit the brake to activate the vehicle's engine. There are 5 different modes available while driving: normal, sport, eco, snow, and custom, as well as 4 different regenerative braking settings, the most extreme of which, adaptive, handles 80% of the braking for you. The new MG range, of which this is the first example, will feature a degree of ride and handling on par with those of more expensive high-volume rivals. It helps to have a solid foundation built on cutting-edge technology, such as the brand's new Modular Scalable Platform, or MSP. However, the engineering goes beyond that, as evidenced by the precise 50-50 weight distribution, the compact rear-mounted motor, and the slim battery pack that takes up virtually the entire wheelbase. To begin, 2 different transmissions are available, each paired with a motor that produces 168 horsepower. The base 51 kilowatt-hour model can go 218 miles and can accelerate to 62 miles per hour in 7.7 seconds. If you can afford it, spring for the 64 kilowatt-hour model. It's slower to 62 miles per hour at 7.9 seconds, but it can travel 281 miles on a single charge, or 270 miles in the plusher, chubbier trophy trim. Wait for MG to release the extended range model with a 77 kilowatt-hour battery and an estimated 329-mile range, if that isn't enough for you. In the future, MG hopes to release a dual-motor, all-wheel drive performance hot hatch model that will be the fastest MG ever built, with 443 horsepower and a 0 to 62 mile per hour pace of fewer than 5 seconds. This vehicle is essentially a Chinese version of the Volkswagen ID.3. Although they are both compact cars, the MG4's floating roof, strongly sculpted back lower bodywork, short back overhangs, and elaborate rear light clusters give it a more modern appearance. The only real aesthetic hitch with its insectoid styling is that it appears lost on the stock 17-inch wheels. The interior, despite its spare appearance, seems thoroughly modern and light years ahead of anything MG has ever made. The unusual, flat-topped and bottom steering wheel acts as a window to the 7-inch instrument display below it. And it has a floating 10.25-inch screen in the middle for media. Not much else to say, really. Interior design isn't as bright and cheery as an ID.3's would be. The quality of plastics is another area where criticisms could be made. The design here, however, is not lacking in ambition or execution. The MG4 EV Standard SE trim starts at roughly $26,000, and you can have it with either standard range or, for $1,000 extra, long-range batteries. The long-range model is the only way to get the top-tier trophy version, which is about $31,500. These numbers may seem high to someone who isn't up-to-date on the cost of electric vehicles, but they actually represent significant savings in comparison to competitors in the same market group and even smaller EVs. Comparatively, the Kia Niro EV begins at roughly $35,000, while the Volkswagen ID.3, a significant segment contender, begins at around $36,000. At the time of this evaluation, even a considerably more compact vehicle like the Vauxhall Corsa E Super Mini costs roughly $29,500. And prospects seem considerably brighter for the majority of EV buyers who use financing. Launch pricing for the MG4 SE long-range model would set you back $350 per month. When compared to the $564 per month cost of leasing a Volkswagen ID.3, the price is significantly higher. Other comparable electric vehicles, such as the Renault Zoe at $417 a month, or the Vauxhall Corsa E at $430 a month, are even more affordable. Yeah, you understand what I mean. And it's not like MG skimped on hardware. LED headlights and taillights, rear parking sensors, 17-inch alloy wheels, adaptive cruise control, automated climate control, and smartphone integration via the MG Smart app are all standard on the SE trim. Additionally, the MG Pilot semi-autonomous driving system. The top-of-the-line trophy models have a two-tone roof, rear privacy glass, a twin aero rear spoiler, a leather interior with an electric driver's seat, heated front seats and steering wheel, a Bluetooth key, satellite navigation, a 360-degree camera, wireless phone charging, and an upgraded MG iSmart system that is compatible with live services. Along with all that, the MG Pilot system has been enhanced to include blind spot detection, lane change assistance, and rear cross traffic alert. An SE model has a 218-mile range, an SE long-range model has a 281-mile range, and the top-of-the-line trophy model has a 270-mile range. These values were provided earlier. The 77 kilowatt-hour extended range variant promises a range of 329 miles in the near future. To attain those kinds of numbers, you'll need to become comfortable with the strongest regenerative braking setting and make regular use of the eco-driving mode. When it comes to charging, the 64 kilowatt-hour version that most customers would want can take rates as high as 135 kilowatts, matching the charging speed of the competing Volkswagen ID.3. In just over half an hour, the battery will be fully charged. The value of an inexpensive brand like MG could potentially decrease with time. The reverse is true, in fact. Experts at CAP predict that after 3 years, the value of this MG4 and Volume SE long-range form will remain at up to 64.6%, which is on par with the return you would get from premium brands like Tesla, Porsche, and Land Rover. Even the Premium Trophy Edition keeps 61% of its initial price. However, if it isn't enough to win you over, perhaps the lengthy guarantee of 7 years would. The standard 51 kilowatt-hour SE model has an insurance group of 27D, the 64 kilowatt-hour SE version has a group of 28D, and the top-of-the-line 64 kilowatt-hour Trophy MG4 has a group of 29D. The MG4 changes all of that. It's one of the most unexpected vehicles we've tested in a long time. Everything about it looks well, drives well, and has an acceptable charge and range statistics that are all the result of sound engineering. There's a chance you'll find the sparse interior depressing and point out all the cheap plastics, but you won't care about any of it once you see that this car is up to $10,000 cheaper than some of its most obvious competitors, has more standard features, and has a 7-year warranty. It's possible that after test driving an MG4, you'll decide you'd rather have a more well-known competitor. You should try out an EV from this category, though. And that's going to bring us to the end of today's video. Feel free to let us know what you thought about it, and if you liked the video, please leave us a like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.